What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to show you one of the powerful and amazing strategy that you can use, and I call it the holy grail of trading, which is the SMT plus an IFVG. And this, to me, I have been using it for quite a while now, and it's showing me an amazing progress, an amazing result. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you everything I know in this video, plus a lot of example. I have, I think, about 8 examples, so I'll show you everything on the chart. And you don't have to believe everything on the internet, guys. Don't take my word for word. Just go on the chart and just test it out yourself. Look on the chart and see if what I'm saying makes sense or not, if I'm saying is true or not. So before I get started, guys, if you don't know what an SMT is, I did make a full video on it. You can see it on the top right corner of the screen, which explains and shows the good SMT versus bad SMT, why SMT works and why SMT does not work and fails. I go over all these reasons in that video, so if you're interested in that, before watching this video, go watch the SMT video and then come to this video to learn how powerful this strategy is. And if you don't know what an IFVG is, also made another video about IFVG before. You can find it on the top right corner of the screen or in the description below. Both videos going to be mentioned there if you are interested in that. So without further ado, let's just jump into it and we'll go with the first example. So here's the first example. Why did this work and why this is so powerful? So as you can see, so all these times are New York time. This is 10:25 a.m. New York time. And I have the cursor sitting on this time, so it shows you that there is an SMT between NASDAQ and S&P. So right here between this high and this high and this high and this high, NASDAQ did take this high and S&P did not. So number one is an SMT. Number two that I look for is a clear target, a clear drawn liquidity. And what did we have on NASDAQ? We had equal low. So the time aligns. 10:30 is the prime time for reversal. We have an SMT. We have a clear drawn liquidity and equal low. So once you see that SMT and this clear drawn liquidity, you don't need to blindly jump in a trade short. No, you start looking for a bullish setup, a bullish PDAs that gets disrespected, and bearish PDAs to get respected if you want to go for short. So for example, we had a void here, trade into it and then going down. We had a bullish fair value gap here that got disrespected. So those two right there, so the bearish is being respected, the bullish is being disrespected. That's a clear short sign. We have a drawn liquidity, we have an SMT. This is an amazing setup where everything aligns up with the bias, with the time, with the drawn liquidity and all of that. So I personally take the setup with IFVGs. So IFVG, we had a bullish one right here. Once we disrespect it, it becomes an IFVG to the downside. We take our entry after the candle closes below that bullish fair value gap, and we move down to the drawn liquidity, and that's it. And it gives you 2.37 R, or it depends on the risk management if you want to put the stop loss on top of the void or whatever you want. So going to the next example. So example number 2, here you can see an SMT between this low and this low that we created. S&P made a lower low while NASDAQ did not and failed to take this low. So there is a smart money reversal or a smart money technique, whatever you want to call it. But this is a start of a reversal to the upside or to the drawn liquidity, right? So we have an SMT here, and then what do we want to see? We want to see bearish ideas getting disrespected. Why? Because we want to jump in a long position. So right here, you'll take the entry right on this after we broke this bearish fair value gap and it came to retest it. You would actually take the position from here, not here, and your stop loss is below this low, and your take profit is this clear drawn liquidity and this clear high. Why is this high an important high? You can also, because this is an 81 points to the upside, once we take a high you can take partial, so you can take a partial right here once we hit this high, and we also, this is going to be the final target to take all your profit on this high. So this is pretty easy, pretty simple trade, and it's right at the end of AM session going to the lunchtime. And as you can see, the S&P, after making this SMT and taking out this low, it just expanded more than Nasdaq. So this goes to show you that the draw on liquidity was higher. As you can see, S&P had a triple equal high here and some equal highs here, so the draw on liquidity was higher. That's why this trade works and how powerful this SMT plus the IFVG is. Going to the next example. So example number 3, we had an SMT between this low and S&P right here between this low and this low. So Nasdaq did make a lower low while S&P failed to do so. And this is why this is a clear SMT and so powerful. So remember guys, after confirming the SMT that this is indeed an SMT, you don't need to blindly jump in a trade. Why is this trade was so powerful and amazing and so clean? Why? Because we had a big momentum to the upside and bearish setup started to be disrespected. So we had a bearish fair value gap right here and a bearish fair value gap right here. We broke both of them, and then we take the trade on the candle close and we target the high, which is a draw on liquidity, and there it is. And once again, look at S&P, how S&P dumped all the way down there. We made an SMT, and after that S&P starting distributing to the upside to this consolidation area. The Nasdaq had the consolidation area a little bit too close. That's why I wanted to take these consolidation area with this trade. If you wanted to take it on S&P, you would have targeted all-time target would be the high, but once we take maybe this consolidation area, you would take partial to secure profit. So next, example number 4. Why is this an SMT? Well, this is an amazing and important SMT. Why? Because 8:30 in my time, this is news candle, and the news came and we made a wick to the upside and to the downside. Nasdaq did not take this low. It came close to it but did not take this low. Watch S&P and what it did. It took out this low. It was a very important low that was made during news. So Nasdaq did not take this news wick while S&P took this news wick. And in another word, S&P made a new low of day and Nasdaq did not make a new low of day. The low of the day on Nasdaq was this wick. So after that, what do we want to see? We don't want to take blind setup after confirming an SMT or not. We want to see a clear disrespect of the downtrend, and then we go to the upside. So what do we see here? We see an SMT. We going up. We're not disrespecting any bearish fair value gap here. So we go up. We react from this order block. We send the price down with a big and clean and obvious and clear bearish fair value gap. We disrespect it. Once we disrespected that bearish fair value gap, that's the time where you want to take in the trade and you take it to the upside. You have this consolidation area and you have triple equal highs up here that you can target. So it's pretty straightforward, guys. Pretty amazing and powerful setup. When you combined an IFVG with an SMT, it's the time of reversal and the time to jump in a trade. Going to the next example. So what do we have here? Oh man. So let me break it out to you guys. What do we have here? Right here we have SMT between this low and this low, this low and this low. S&P did make a lower low. Nasdaq failed to do so. Awesome. What else do we have? What is the other confluence? What would make me to believe that we should and going to go up? Look at this. This is a low resistance liquidity run. That's what the LR means. What does this mean as well? This is low resistance liquidity run. And what does that mean exactly? If the price is going or trending down, it will make one of two things. It will straight shot dump to the downside or make this low resistance liquidity run. It will go up, respect that trend line, and then hit it, go back, come up, hit it and go back, and just keep on doing that because the market does not move in a straight line, guys. So that's a low resistance liquidity run, and we also have one right here. So what do we want to do? We have an SMT confirming that we are ready to get out of this trend line liquidity. What do we also have? I'm pretty sure, guys, on the bigger time frame, you will see that this is an important area of reversal, like an IFVG or a order block that we're reacting from. But on the 1 minute, I want to show you how it looks like. You can go to the hourly or 4 hours or the daily and easily spot a fair value gap to the upside or downside that you are expecting the price to react from. But when you go to the small time frame, sometimes you get difficulties of when is the point of reversal, right? Because a lot of time you are wrong about the daily buys, right? So you want to look for the point of reversal, and we have one right here. We had a bearish fair value gap here. We disrespected. You could have taken the trade from the first one, but this is the second one. Why? Because this one is amazing. Why is it amazing? Because this is plus an SMT confirmation. When we were here, this did not mean anything. You see why? Do you see why IFVG plus an SMT is very important and very powerful? And you have to combine both of them for an IFVG to make sense and for an SMT to make sense. This is a pure example why you should wait for an SMT and for an IFVG to form. Once this breaks, I jump in long, and you take what? Clear draw on liquidity, equal highs, LR. We took all of this LR. This is steep down movement. You don't have to take it all the way up here, right? But you can definitely take most of your position here and let some run to this to the end of the LR if you want to. But this is the clear draw on liquidity. You can leave some runners, but this is the clear draw on liquidity. And look at this. This is during 9:25. 9:25. This is my time. In New York time, this would be 10:25. So I'm not also finished here. I want to show you one last example that we have made this Friday, and I did take this trade, and I showed you guys in one of my latest video that I did take this trade, and I also can show you the execution right here. Let me darken my background here. Here you go. 6 micros up to 6 micros sold up here where the equal highs is. And this is a funded accounts, guys. I'm trading funded accounts with 3 copy trading, 3 with that one, so 4 total. And I wanted to show you that this is the strategy that I am using, and it's very powerful. We had an SMT between this low and this low. This is my time, guys. This is good. So let me actually, instead of confusing myself, here is New York time, guys. 9:46 and 9:15. So market open is 9:30. So right here we let it go up, and the drawn liquidity was this news candle wick. We went up there and we failed to take it out. We actually created triple equal highs, which is awesome. When you create a triple equal highs or double equal highs and you're waiting and the price dumps or tanks away from this target, this is an awesome trade idea. Once you get the disrespect of the bearish trend, jump in, and I promise you this is a winning trade that I will take every single time. And I had marked this wick CE of it, so I am kind of looking at a potential rejection once we are getting close to this target. And I took off my trades about 35 points, not so shabby, not a lot of points, but I had a rough week that week, so small profit, and I got out of the market. The trade kind of went double of my profit, but I don't care. I took my my profit and my trade for the day, and that's it. So yeah, guys, this is the strategy and the only strategy that I use day to day, and it's so powerful, and I call it the holy grail because before this strategy, before I found it out, I was losing a lot and I was not so patient. So waiting for an SMT to show up, waiting for a bearish or a bullish fair value gap to be disrespected, taught me a lot of patience and a lot of discipline in the market. So this is so powerful, guys. Don't believe me, just go to the chart and look for these setups and look when do we reject it and when do we get a confirmation of the SMT. And if you want to watch my SMT video, I went through a lot of examples just like this one, showing you when do SMT works and when do SMT fails and what to look for, and a small checklist at the end. So that is it for today's video, guys. If you like this video, please drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you found this channel helpful. I appreciate your watching. Thank you all so much. I will see you in the next one. Peace.